I decree this message is for the men and women that are overseers of the divine truth. Um, a lot of us are entangled with half truth. And in order to reach the masses, you got to walk in divine truth. A lot of people are believing that you need to fit the description of what a saint should look like. And I want to go across the board and speak about doctrine, different organizations preaching doctrine, indoctrinating individuals to believe one thing versus another. I want to take all that and sweep it off the table. Divine truth is purpose. The intended purpose is to not be of the world, love nothing of the world, setting aside all of material illusions that clouds the judgment of what one purpose is. One purpose is to speak the truth boldly, walk in divine truth boldly, meaning not tying yourself to worldly things to appease the masses, to create an illusion about what one's purpose is. Our purpose is to speak boldly, stand in divine truth, and cherry on the cake, on the icing on the cake is the faith, not faith, the faith. Walking in divine faith is meaning holding fast to what is. We can say many things about how one's journey should look, but we don't validate or test our faith based on one another's attributes or one another's possessions. Kind of one and the same thing, but however, what God has for me is for me. What God has for you is for you. But to sum that up, still those are worldly things people are wrapped up on in the end. Hold to the faith. Hold to what is sound. When you see something that is confusing, that doesn't consist of divine truth, you know you're deviating from the path that God has called you to. A lot of people believe Scripture is going to save you. That is untrue. Our hearts must rest in divine truth. We must walk in divine truth in order that one may see your light tower. One must be able to understand. Everyone has different philosophies about what they believe, and that's fine. And that's why I spoke as a whole, as to different religious organizations believing their gods or deities or whoever they're praising and worshiping is the one answer. When in reality, no matter how you approach this, we all worship one purpose, one God, which is the eternal God. So when we can leave that off the table, we take the confusion out of the guesswork on where we're going with this. And I just, I'm here. I'm not perfect. I'm truly trying to reach salvation, without all the guesswork, by walking by the faith, to stand grounded and what I believe is gonna help me, and that's lifting others, feeding the poor, visiting those who lack. Um, asking the Spirit to lead me to the people, places, and things that the Spirit is trying to reach. Sometimes that don't come with a loud sound. Spirit moves in silence. And one thing about it, a lot of people are electing themselves to do this work. One thing about it is, if God has not called you, you can't elect yourself. That's where the confusion comes in. When you elect yourself, putting on just to show up for whatever personal gain it is in it for you. This is not about us. This is about world mass change, shift. We're trying to shift the masses in another direction from where we've been spiritually deceived or misled. So when it comes to divine truth, just walking the faith God has called you to, and that's to stay focused on Him and not deviate from the path. As long as God is able to use you or your story or whatever it is that has called you into counsel with the Lord, He uses that broken vessel that you came from to build you, to duplicate that pattern in others. So with all that being said, when we take off titles, take off false religion, false teachings, false preaching, we're truly able to do the work in the vineyard. That is my message for today. So ask yourself, are you demonstrating the faith that God has called you?